What's up, spiritual people? It's your girl D Ray, the Divine Relationship Alchemist, helping you heal your relationship with self to heal your relationship with others. As you can tell from all the sweat, I just came from outside, beating dream ass and some shooting, and just soaking up the sun. That's why I'm sitting on the floor. And what I want to talk about real quickly is how the transformation is upon us, right? The death realm is really upon us, and we got to have courage in this space and time. And what do I mean by that? I mean, it's a lot of stuff that all of us at this space and time need to be releasing and purging from ourselves, certain thoughts, certain habits, beliefs. And the funny thing is that this is always happening. Like, you're always in a position to where you need to be, really analyzing yourself and thinking about what aspects of you can you release, what aspects can you let go of. That's essentially what death is. Surrenderance, it's transformation from one state of being to another. It's a new beginning, an ending of something, and that's the energy right now. I said that on a different video where I just kind of briefly said we are being given, I feel like something on my nose, but I basically had just said we are being given so many opportunities right now to transform, and a part of it for sure is this cosmic shift that we are in right now. What the Aquarian Age, and shout out to Priestess Aset, because her video on adjusting to the new frequencies was very important and made sense to me for what I'm experiencing right now and what I'm here to translate to you all right now. And that is the acceptance and the embracing of death. Death of your ego, death of your old ways, death of old habits, thoughts, in order to transform, in order to manifest into your greatest greatness, in order to leave three-dimensional things, here. Because we're all shifting and we're all going to a higher vibration. But in order to do that, certain things have to end. And that can be scary. Because like Campson said in her video, a lot of us are addicted to our illusions, and it's these illusions that we have to part ways with. And so we have to have courage in this space and time. We have to be okay with looking at ourselves for who we are and for who we've been. And the main idea is understanding the essence of who you are, the spirit, the soul. That's the main idea. Understanding that you are a soul and you possess a spirit, and this physical body is just a vessel. And I feel like we have to continuously go back to that knowing. We have to continuously go back to that understanding at this space and time right now. That I am not this flesh. You are not your flesh, right? You are not any of the human manifestations that you've experienced, any of the human trauma that you've experienced. You are not it. Even the luxurious things, the money, the cars, the vacations, the relationships, none of those things truly define who you are. They're fun. They're great. We enjoy it. But we are so much more than that. And so some of those things and some of our attachments to those things, like the feelings like we have to have them or that we need it, that's needing to die. In Priestess Aset's video, she talked about being light. And being light is a multi-layered thing, because we're talking about light as in light beings, as in energetic beings. Then we talk about lightness as far as your weight. How heavy are you? How heavy is your heart? And so right now, I'm telling you, a part of this transformation, a part of this shift is death. and dying, allowing certain aspects of yourself to die off, because those thoughts, those habits, those beliefs, that fear, it cannot come with you to where you have to go. Not only that, if y'all are seeing, man, so many people are making the transition. It's crazy. It's boom, boom. And I feel like death is always occurring, but I feel like right now I'm just hearing so much more, and we can't fear that. We got to embrace that, because death is only a new beginning. All right. And so even to go even deeper into it, as far as like your spiritual study goes, we have to release some of the old sciences that we've, been tapped into. We have to go beyond just whatever spiritual practice that you've just been diving into. Maybe you have just been into, ancestral worship. Maybe you've just been into subconscious mind talk. Maybe you've only been dealing with, voodoo, Ifa, or, all of those different things. Right now is such a great time to tap into a whole nother divination system, to tap into a whole nother spiritual practice, right? So maybe you've never done Kundalini yoga before. Maybe you just stuck to, don't come out here if you don't want to be seen on my camera because I'm recording. I had to tell Dream I heard him walking. But it's time for the old systems to even die. And death can be such a tiny concept in this physical form. Like, for example, I stopped breastfeeding our two-year-old daughter. It's been like a week. We've been going strong of no breast milk. So that aspect of our mother and daughter relationship is dying off at this space and time. Like, no more hugging you, putting you on the breast, holding you, rocking you. No more breast as a form of comfort, for her or for me. We have to find other ways. And that's why I said death is just a means for a new beginning. Because now that we are no longer breastfeeding, now we have to find other ways to comfort each other, my daughter and I. So it's just a means to new beginnings, And so when it comes to spiritual practices, when it comes to, your spiritual wisdom and knowledge and so on and so forth, it's time to stop relying on those one or two things that you've tapped into in the past. It's time to stop only looking at YouTube videos and reading books based off of what somebody on YouTube said. It's time to really be guided by, we've been talking about your internal guidance system. It's just a funny time that we're in right now. And I just feel like it's definitely time to embrace and to challenge yourself and to be courageous in learning something new. Be courageous in doing something new. And like I said on Sunday service, Kabbalah has been coming up a lot. Maybe you haven't, felt that or heard of Kabbalah so much, or maybe Kabbalah is old hat for you. But I know for me, it's something new to really fully delve into and to get a good understanding of. And so that part of me that did not know anything about that spiritual practice or that spiritual tool, that part of me has to die and be surrendered. And I'm being made anew because I'm learning new knowledge, new wisdom, new information that I actually apply to my life and watch how it affects my spirituality. That's what's happening right now, And you should know what in you has to be surrendered, has to be released, has to be transformed. And this can go across the board in so many ways. For example, for like the last week or two, I have been challenging myself not to eat breads, not to eat pasta, not to eat the carbohydrates, right? That's new. So that aspect of myself that would tear a salmon burger up, that aspect of myself that would tear some pasta up, that loved all of these things, that aspect of myself is being surrendered at this space and time so that I can see what this new state of being would be like, so that I can see what this new lightness would feel like, so that I can see how would not eating those foods affect my body, affect my energy, so on and so forth. So right now, family, I just want to tell you to be courageous in this transformation. Be courageous in this shift. If you find that you are being attracted to something, pulled to something, whether you know anything about it or not, have no fear, or courage or bravery is the presence of fear but still going forward with it. It's the presence of fear but still taking those steps. That is also how we program our subconscious mind. What was the name of that book, babe? The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Babe, what was the name of that book? The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Hidden Powers of the Subconscious Mind. In that book, they talk about overcoming fear. And the way that you overcome fear is by doing the thing that you fear, by tapping into the thing that you fear, right? And so that's the energy right now, Accept the surrenderance and the release and the separation and the letting go of certain aspects that are no longer serving you, or that the shits that's just old. Like stagnant energy. Like, even listen to your thoughts and be like, damn, you know what? That shit's old. I'm tired of that thought. I'm tired of that energy. I'm tired of speaking those words. Those words, that type of behavior, it cannot come with me to this higher vibration, right? It cannot come with me to this, fifth dimensional state of being. And again, this time right now, this is the time. This is the time to hold yourself accountable and to do whatever it is that you need to do to be able to embrace certain things. Some of us need to embrace more of our dark side, and to come into full wholeness of who we divinely are from both spectrums, You know what it is that you're supposed to be doing, learning, studying, Let's not be afraid. And fear manifests in such minute ways. I can tell you from experience. I know sometimes I be needing to delve into a book, read into a book, or go and do a meditation, so on and so forth. And sometimes my ego would have me like block out that book, or my ego would have me just being on my phone, being bored or whatever. That's kind of the subtle ways that fear manifests. Instead of taking that step and doing something that is challenging, you know what I mean? You take the easy road out. That's fear. That shit needs to die. All right? You get the gist. That's what's happening right now. Look around. You see it. Hell, I realize I don't even need to talk to people about coronavirus. The people that I love, my family, I can't even talk to them about it because they don't hear me. So why am I, it's dead energy for me to even tell them, like, y'all don't think that things could be made up, or, or clearly something is going on, but, you can heal yourself using the power of your mind. Like, those conversations I can't even have with my family anymore because it's dead. They don't hear me. So that's something I got to let go. I got to let go of wanting them to be triggered by something that I say and just accept where they are. I got to let that go. That's what's happening right now, family. All right, peace.